Hi everyone. So it's Jason from Weight Loss with JVA on my week 7 update of taking Monjaro. So how has it been? Well, firstly let me tell you I'm actually recording this on Saturday. I do normally do this on a Sunday morning after I've done a weigh-in and given myself the jab, but I've got commitments tomorrow morning, so I'm going to have to get out early, so I've kind of done it on the Saturday today. So I did weigh myself this morning and I did actually stay the same. Now, although that is slightly disappointing, I'm not surprised because last week I did lose an incredible amount of weight that did seem a bit too good to be real. So I'm going to assume that some of that was probably a massive bit of water loss or whatever that I lost last week, and I've just retained a bit more this week. So I've stayed exactly the same. So it was 17.8 last week. I'm still 17.8. It's probably, there's a few ounces more on top, but effectively it's still 17 stone 8. So yeah, pretty much stayed the same. So how's it been for me this week? Well, again, I've kind of had work commitments during the week. So there's been a couple of days when I've not been able to get on and do 2 of my workouts. Also, I've had a bit of a nagging back that's kind of stopped me doing my core workout a couple of times, to be fair. So yeah, I've not done as many workouts as I would have in the previous week. So hopefully, touch wood, I'll be able to get back on track next week. Although I will say at the minute it's Saturday night, I'm going fishing early in the morning and my back is still playing up. So fingers crossed, touch wood, that it might resolve itself. The training hasn't been quite as good, and to be fair, the eating probably hasn't been quite as good as well. And the reason I say that because if I have the time in the morning, that's when I do my exercise and I try and eat something good for breakfast and that sort of thing. Whereas because I've had to go out a few times actually this week, I've just grabbed a couple of bits of toast, and I generally have 1 cheese on toast and 1 slice of toast. So I've kind of had that a couple of days for breakfasts. And I know one day I actually grabbed a packet of crisps and a chocolate bar for lunch. I'd been like 5 hours on site and I was knackered. I was done for. And as soon as I got off site, all I wanted to do is have something to eat and gulp down a load of water. So yeah, it's been a little bit hard week work wise, and I had a takeaway with Emma Friday night because I was meant to be going fishing Friday, but I called it off. So that was last night. So I had a takeaway with her last night. That was just a Chinese. To be fair, I have still been at a calorie deficit for the whole of the week. There hasn't been any days I've gone over the calories, but I don't think I've had quite as much water. Maybe. To be fair, I probably have. I'm just probably overthinking it a little bit. So the one thing I haven't done quite as much exercise this week as I have done previous weeks. And that's just because of, like I said, work commitments. My or workout time, if you like, is generally first thing in the morning before I start work. But like I said, I've been going out early and driving pretty good distances for my first job. So yeah, it's made it a little bit hard this week, but that is life. You've got to deal with it. So let's talk about side effects. I still haven't had any real side effects, guys. So I am still on the 2.5 milligram dose, and I think I've already said, but if you haven't seen any other videos so far, you may want to go check them out if you're interested in this sort of thing. But I am actually microdosing, so I'm actually on a 5 milligram pen at the minute that I've wound out 30 clicks, put a little mark where it is, and I'm using the 5 milligram pen to try and get, hopefully, about 10 doses out of it. You normally would get 4 doses of 5 milligram, which would equate to 8 doses of 2.5 milligram, but you've also got that golden dose, which I'm hoping would account for 2 doses. So that really does help bring the costs down. Now, I probably have mentioned it previously, but I'll let you guys know again. So yes, I am microdosing. Yes, my pens are staying in the fridge. And I haven't noticed any difference with regards to appetite suppression or anything like that. It's all working for me at 2.5 milligrams, so I see no reason to go up at this point in time. But I have also got a 7.5 milligram pen in the fridge, and also now a 10 milligram pen in the fridge. Now, just to try and sort of let you guys know about the cost, so every month I have changed provider, because if you look on, I think it's Monji or something like that, it's a Monjaro comparison site, you can select what pen size you want, and you can find who's giving you the best price or the best introductory offers. And that's what I've been doing. Each month I've just been going to a different provider for a new introductory offer, so I can get that milligram pen, so the last one was 10 milligrams, at the best possible offer. And I've kind of like just been going down the list, so you know, if 1 and 2 I've already ordered for them, I'll go to 3 or 4, and that's what I've been doing. So my 10 milligram pen cost me £202, but technically I should be able to get 20 doses out of it, which means it's a little bit just over a tenner a dose. And that's where microdosing comes in, and the cost effectiveness of it comes in, because I'm easily saving myself 3 or 4 times that each week, not eating the amount of chocolate I used to, not drinking the amount of Coca-Cola I used to, not having takeaways the way I used to. So yeah. Oh, something else I'll probably say, seeing as we are talking about everything, so that also has been a couple of times this week where right at the end of the day I've been peckish and I've had a packet of crisps. So you know, I know that's not good, having a packet of crisps when just before you go into bed, or like an hour before you go to bed or whatever, but that is something I have done. So you know, that might affect my weight loss as well, even though I'm still under calories and that sort of thing. Just the time of day might have done it. I haven't had any more episodes where I felt low on energy. In fact, I've been feeling quite good on energy all the week through. So I really can't see any negative side effects whatsoever. And to be honest, I would say I still need to try and get a handle, if anything, just on maybe having some food prepared for me. So on those occasions where, oops, all of a sudden the following morning I need to rush out, I've got food there that I could take with me, because that's also caught me out a couple of times where jobs have gone on far longer than I expected them to do. I've come out ravenous and I've just gone to the first place that sells food and bought something to eat. So yeah, it might be a case of it. I now need to start prepping something to grab and go with me. So I am going, like I said, I am going fishing tomorrow morning, and I've got these little snack packs of chicken. So you know, that's perfect. That'd be perfect. And I'm probably going to take 1 or maybe 2 protein puddings from Lidl. I quite like them. They're pretty good, to give you about 20 grams of protein, so they're quite good for that as well. So I've covered my dose, covered my weight, it stayed the same, no side effects. Haven't done quite as much exercise as I would have liked to this week. I don't see any problems for next week, apart from next weekend. Another reason why I kind of did it on a Saturday today, guys, is next weekend on Saturday I'm going up to my girlfriend's family to have like an early Christmas party. So I will be having party food and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to eat loads and all the rest of it anyway because of the pen. So I'm not worried about how many calories I consume or anything like that. To be fair, I think there's only been one day this week where I've been close to the calories I should be taking. And on that front, I will say my NutriCheck app, as my weight has been coming down, it has also been dropping the calories I should be consuming for that day. So really impressed with the app. It works very well. So even though I am very new on my journey and all, guys, if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask me. It may be I can help, maybe I can't, maybe one of the other subscribers might be able to help. So definitely worthwhile. If you've got any questions and you're thinking about either going on a Manjaro journey or you are on a Manjaro journey, feel free to drop me a comment below and hopefully I might be able to help. The whole purpose for me is doing these videos is, one, obviously so I'm accountable, and two, because I've watched loads of other people's experience on Manjaro and just watching that has helped me. So I'm kind of hoping I can help someone else. And there's lots and lots of scaremongering out there with regards to Manjaro and side effects, and it can do this and it can do that. Well, you know, so far, I've just sort of taken my 6th jab, 7th jab, I think it might be, or maybe even 8th jab. I think week 7 update would be next week. So I've had a good few jabs and I haven't had any side effects. Nothing's troubling me, nothing's worrying me, and I'm going to continue to keep taking Manjaro and hopefully keep losing weight. Now obviously this week I haven't lost anything, but next week I do hope to. So I don't want to keep you on any longer than need to, give you a good update. If you are on this Manjaro journey, I hope it's going very well for you. I hope you got good support. And like I said, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me. So if you are interested in this sort of thing, guys, I do give a weekly update every single week, normally on a Sunday, normally about 6:30. So if that's something that interests you, why not subscribe? If you've enjoyed this little update, why not give it the old thumbs up? And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you for next week's update.